So today we are going to see how to propagate data from parent case to child case, and also we are going to see how to propagate data from child case to parent case. First, we are going to see how to propagate data from parent case to child case. So for that, you can follow the simple steps. So open the parent case type rule. So that will be P by default. And you can have a multiple child case type which are associated with the parent case type rule. But for the particular child case type, like which you want to enable the data propagation, so you can select the data propagation. So there you will be having a two options. Either you can use a data transform to map the parent class properties to the child class properties, or you can directly map the properties without using a data transform rule. So let's see practically how it can be done. So this is my Dev Studio. I have logged in as a developer. So let me open the order case type. So this is acts as a parent case type. So let me open the parent case type rule, which is order here. So in the process tab, so you can see I can add as many child case types as I want. So currently I have added one child case type. Okay. And using this plus icon, you can add more child case types. So as you can see, you have an option of data propagation. So you can use this option to pass the data from parent case to child case. So click on the data propagation. So as I said, you have two options. Either you can do the apply data transform and use a data transform, or you can directly add the property values here. So you don't need to use a data transform. So two property value and the propagate property value. So this will be the parent and this will be the child case properties. So I am going with the data transform rule. So let's see how I configure the data transform rule. Let me open this data transform. I'm just calling it as the simple name, set parent data to child. Okay. As you can see, this data transform is got created in the child class type. Okay. So since the current source page will be the py work page and that is of the parent, so you have to define the py work page in the pages and classes, and you have to give the class as a parent case type class, not the child one. Okay. So that will be your source and this will be your target. So this target is nothing but your child class properties which you want to map. So I'm just mapping the ID and a name here. So once this configuration is done, so we'll check whether this data has been populated to the child case. So I'm going to the user portal and trying to create one order case. So before that, since the data propagation part is done, so you also need to have a step to create a child case here in the parent case type. So I'm using a create case smart shape. Okay. And I'm creating a child cases. So I'm just creating a single child case here. Okay. That's it. So this step will create a child case for me. Okay. So that data transform rule, either you can refer here or the there. both are one and the same. Okay, so let me save this again. Let's go back to our order case type creation. So I will just create it. It's taking some time to load. Let it load. So as I see, I'm just giving the names. Submit. So this is the first step where I collected a user info, and the second step I am doing the review user info. So this is the user info which gets reviewed. So you can see name and ID and submit. So in the third step, I'm creating a child case. So using a smart shape, we just created a child case. So now our case will be moved from parent case context to the child case context in the case lifecycle. So you can see the child case is open. So let's go. So this is our child case context. Okay. So as you can see before in the new harness itself, in the below review part, the first name is already copied. Okay. And ID we are not showing it on the UI, so it has not been shown. Okay. So what I am doing, I am copying the name to the first name in the child class. So you can see it has been copied successfully. So means what? The data propagation, which we are using a data transform rule to make the mapping from a parent case type properties to the child case type properties is worked as expected. Still, let me go and create the child case process. Let me initiate it. See, this is the name which is shown, and this is the ID also which we are showing here in the UI. So this satisfies the first point, that is propagating the data from parent to child. So just you need to remember the steps which you have to take care. Okay. The key point is knowing the current page context, which will be your current page context. Either it is a pivot page will act as a parent page for you. Okay. And accordingly, you have to map the page and classes. So now let's move on to propagating data from child to parent. So from child to parent, we don't have a direct step or a direct rules which satisfies the data propagation. So for that, what we have to do in a child case type, okay, so we need to add an automated step that is called as a update case. Okay, so this is a smart shape provided by Pega. Okay, so this takes few properties. So you have to make the configuration for this update case smart shape. So you have to select a single case because we are updating a single parent case. Okay, and then in the IDs part, you have to provide dot px cover ins key. So most of you are aware of that when a child case, the when you go to the clipboard, you will be having a two important pages. One is a pivot work page, that's a primary page of the child case, and you will be having a py work cover. So work cover is your parent py work page, parent case py work page. It will be a copy and it's a read only. Okay, and in the child case type in the py work page, you will be having a property px cover ins key, which will be holding the parent case id. Okay, so this, since from a child case type we are adding this automation step update case, so in a primary page of child case type you'll be having this px cover ins key, so which will help you to open the parent case. And the tricky part here is you have to create a dt, a data transform, uh, in a both parent and child classes. Okay, at the runtime, the rule resolution will pick the parent class dt. The child class dt acts as a stub or a placeholder dt. Okay, So, and the configuration point is like here, pivot work page of a that will be the child class page. That's the source because which we need to copy to the parent. And primary, you can use a primary keyword or you can go with the pivot work cover that will be part of the parent class. So that's the configuration. Once you do it successfully, you'll be able to see the required output. So let's go and see practically how we have did it. So here now what I will be opening is a child case type. Okay. So as you can see, I have added a step update a case. So how to add this step? Hope everybody knows. So just click on a step, click on more. You'll be having automations. Go there. So you'll be having this update a case. So add a step, go to automations and update a case. So once you select this, you have to select this. So the step will be added like this. So as in the configuration, as I said, you have to select a single case because we are updating a single parent case. And with ID, this, as I said, this py cover ins key, you can see in the clipboard. Let me show. Yeah, now we are in a child case. C19 is a child case. So you can see py work page, which is a primary page of the child case, and py work cover, which is acts as a it's a copy of a parent py work page in a child case. And this will be read only. You can't update the properties over here. So let's go back to this. So here, as I said, see px cover ins key. Hope you are able to see this. So this is your parent case ID. So that what I am providing here. And the data transform, it's simple. Set child data to parent. Okay. See, when I open the rule, it's always opens in the parent class. Either you can keep this, the class group class, or you can directly give the parent class, order class. Okay. So both are one and the same. And also, like if you see view siblings, have created the same one in a child class. So this is just for a placeholder. Okay, at the runtime, it will always pick the parent class data transform. So since it is picking a parent class data transform, so in the pages and classes, you can see the py work page. Uh, since we are adding the calling a step from a child case step, so this should be the child class and primary, or you can use a py work cover. Both are holds good. So the class you have to specify is the parent class. So I'm just updating the py work page last name to this name of the parent page. So let's see. See, I'm currently in the child case. So this is the last name, which holds the last name label. Sorry, last name label it is. So I'm give the same one. So this should be updated back to the first name. So let's submit this. When I submit this, what is happening? Let's go back to the child case. So this is the screen which we saw, show parent info. And then after this, we have the step update a case. So when I submitted it, it called this automated step. So the child case has been completed for now. So let's go and see in the parent case of this child case whether it has been updated or not. So which is the case ID here? It is O2020 2020. So let's open that case. So I'm opening the work item. So we must have seen the updated value. Let's see. order 2020, that's the parent case. Let's see what's the value it has been set. So we have set last name as just a last name. So this we are copying it to this page. Let me click on the details. Hope something comes up. Okay, let's go to the clipboard then. (2020). So in the Piva work page, you can see. So it was in the user, I think. Yeah, in the user info. So you can see the name has been set to last name. Okay, that's how you verify it. So this is the overview. So just go through it. So we have successfully configured uh, like propagating data from parent to child as well as propagating data from child to parent. Okay, so using the simple steps, your use case can be easily satisfied. Thank you.